Hi, everybody. I love you guys. Awesome. Thank you. Hi, everyone. So I'm going to wait for a second before I start flapping my mouth. All right, my friends. Hi, sweetnesses. Are you guys ready? Well, I have this like whole amazing plan all ready for you. Hi, Diana. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Mr. Kelly. Hello, Janet. Hello, sweet Heather. Great to see you too. Awareness and calm, and that's sort of what I want to chat with you guys about. I might cry. I'm gonna, but you can't see me. I love you. I love all my peeps that just make my day. Oh shoot, I can't go on. All right, then I guess I'm gonna go on my own. I forget. Okay, so we're gonna do this here. Okay, cool. So welcome everybody. Hi, sweet Joanna. Bring it on. I know. So it's interesting because it's St. Patty's Day, right? And the state of the world is quite insane at the moment. And I have been fortunate enough to travel the world, facilitate in-person classes, and right now we're not allowed to fly to the places that I have all these classes. And so I wanted to get on for St. Patty's Day and do like a spoof on the Corona beer and the toilet paper and show up with a mask. And a couple hours ago, I started to just get like this overwhelming emotion of sadness. Now, I'm grateful that I know enough that one, during these times, it's so important to gather, whether you gather in person or whether you gather online, whether you take care of your health and safety. And it's really like, choose what is true for you. But I wanted to pop on, and instead of pretending to be all happy and jolly, I was like, wow, what is this information here that actually would probably contribute to many of you? And ooh, I'm gonna cry. It's this, and we've got some really cool announcements and changes that are happening with our in-person classes. A lot of you, Brazil, Mexico, Canada, all the ones in Europe, you guys are like, what's happening with your classes, Catherine? We're actually fortunate enough to work for a company um, uh, that allows us and is breaking the rules and allowing us to facilitate certain classes online. So the No Judgment Diet is coming online for a few months, which is really cool. So people in Israel and Turkey and Belgium and all these other places have been, and Dubai, have been asking me to do classes, and they're like, oh my God, you don't have to fly to us, we can actually catch you online. So we're keeping some of the schedule the same. That's not what I wanted to talk to you about today. What I wanted to talk to you about is just this change that I didn't realize. So I'm going to back it up. So today I started to get really sad. And what I know about me is that I'm ADD, OCD, autistic. Like, I feel things very deeply. Several years ago, I'll tell you this story. Because it'll give you some information. And here's what I imagine is that most of your bodies have some sort of capacity with awareness where you can feel people across the world. You can feel people whether they are having the virus and your body picks up little tickles in your throat, or you start to feel heaviness in your chest. Your body might be aware of people that are panicking. Your body might be aware of just the global phenomenon of this, insanity. And we're being asked more now than ever to wake up to our own lightness, to wake up to our own gifts, to wake up to what we're here to contribute. And one person can change the world. One person makes a difference. You being all of you makes a difference, right? And so what the story I want to share with you is that several years ago, it was about 7+ years ago, I was 5 months pregnant. The story makes me want to cry. I was 5 months pregnant, and I was having a quasi panic attack, and I got into a really big fight with my husband at the time, and it was our first child, my only child, first and only. I always make the joke of one and done, and I literally, like, for 3 days laid in bed, and I thought something was wrong. So I was literally shaking and having these panic attacks. And most of you know me. I'm a pretty freaking happy, positive, joyful, like anything is possible, grateful for life, grateful for change. You know, in times of panic and hardship, I tend to like choose laughter. I tend to choose to pay attention to what's true for me. Hi, sweet Teresa. I love you guys. Hello, Vanya and Janet and Nicole. You guys are amazing. Paula says all of that. There's a lot of awareness going on, and that's what I wanted to come on today and talk about. So instead of making this joke about, you know, the luck of the Irish and all this stuff, I actually wanted to, my body told me, tell a different story, Catherine. Show up and invite a different possibility. And so most of you know, hi, Helen, most of you know that, you know, your body, you may not know, your body is this very intuitive being, and it'll pick up stuff. So here I am having this quasi panic attack, and the first day of it, I literally trembled in bed. I was pregnant, and many people don't know this, I was pregnant with twins at the time. And it's a long story, but basically, I shook in bed for 3 days, and after day one of shaking and crying and puffy eyes and like throat swelling and just like this deep, deep sadness, I found out that Haiti was going through an earthquake at the same time that I started having my panic attack. And it was so interesting because I went, oh my God. So one of my first boyfriends was Haitian. And so I just always had this affinity for that country. I had people that I knew that lived there, people that I really cared about, and my body literally started to shake from the inside out. And so when I realized that I was like, my body literally was mimicking the earthquake, right? Was mimicking the pain of what everyone, I feel like I'm sweating, was mimicking the pain of what everyone was going through. I kind of went, oh my gosh. And so at the end of those 3 days, most of you know I only have one kid, not two. I went back to my midwife, I think the following week, and had a checkup because I just was feeling off hormonally. And we discovered that sure enough, there was no longer 2 placentas, there was no longer 2 fetuses. That experience created just having one child. And ooh, this makes me want to cry. And so I'm here because, like, most of your bodies in the wake of the what's occurring on the planet, right? People are living in massive fear, but at the same time, people are coming together, and whether they're coming together online to support each other, whether they're coming together in really small groups, like I just, it's like, we don't have to isolate, but also what are we aware of, and what gift is each of our bodies to this change that's happening. And I'm in, a lot of you follow the Tools of Access Consciousness. We sort of geek out on the Tools of Access Consciousness because these tools are here to invite you to know that you know, to empower you to know that you know, and to invite you not to buy into the panic, but to see how you being the difference that you are in the world can actually invite people to a different reality. And so today I wanted to be all jolly for y'all. And I was like, wow, what if there's a different message? And so a lot of you may be healer. So if you have been feeling anxiety ridden, if you've been feeling like you're on the verge of a panic attack, if you've been just feeling like, oh my God, am I getting the virus? Like I'm having the symptoms, what you want to start asking, and Dr. Dane here, he did an amazing Facebook Live last week. If you guys didn't check it out, I think it was last Saturday, Friday or Saturday, go check it out. It's amazing. It's from Barcelona, so I think it was Thursday or Friday. Anyway, he did this and he talked about, like, if your body starts to feel these symptoms, if your body starts to go through, you're welcome, Helen, if your body starts to go through intensity, what I want to invite you guys to do right now is what if you just, like the title today is giving yourself permission. What if you just gave yourself permission to lower your barriers and be vulnerable, to go, wow, some of this really fucking sucks. Excuse my French Facebook, right? But some of this really sucks. And simultaneously, what if this is healing the planet? What if this is getting us to see what's really valuable in our world? What if this is getting us to think really differently? And so I want to invite you guys, if you're feeling that intensity right now, I just want to, you're welcome, Suzanne. I want to invite you guys to lower your barriers. And this does make me want to cry. Joanna, I love your hearts. Thank you. You're welcome, Janet. Paula says, is it time to acknowledge how aware we are and show up in the world? Exactly. And, you know, I'm doing a series tomorrow that starts, it's called the Allowance series. And for the longest time, I thought allowance was my need to be an allowance of people when they were being unkind. My need to be an allowance of someone when they cut in front of me. My need to be an allowance when I see a parent being unkind to their child. My need to be an allowance. And as I've been sort of looking at what the topic of allowance means to me, I actually realized that allowance isn't that at all. Allowance is the willingness to give yourself permission to be the brightest light in the room. Allowance is the willingness to be the difference when no one else is willing to be it. Allowance is the willingness to show up for you no matter what it looks like. And no matter what other people think about you. Yeah, so Marlene says, Meg's your anxiety. So you guys hold on and stay tuned, because I'm going to do something with all of you live and online for this intensity that you're feeling, for the anxiety that you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling the panic. Maybe you're feeling like, oh my God, am I getting sick? Maybe your sinuses are going crazy. Maybe you're freaked out about money and the financial situation. So please stay tuned, because I want to do something with all of us at the end to actually create the change we came here to be. So if you want to stay to the end, please do. Please feel free to share this video right now and invite people you know to jump on. And the more the merrier, because the more that we can sort of gather together online or in person and be that invitation, the more we can create the change we came here to create. So this isn't about hiding. This isn't about resisting or rejecting. This isn't about bad mouthing. This is literally about, what is this inviting me to be? And so when I had I'm going to cry again. When I had my panic attack, when I had my son, and my son was now, at the time, he was in my belly for 5 months, and I had my panic attack and my crying fit for 3 days. It was over the weekend. I wasn't working. I'd taken like a few days off, and I actually, because of that experience, took a sick day as well. And one of the things that I asked myself kind of while it was happening and during it happening is I asked, what is this experience inviting me to be? Okay? And so, my friends, anxiety is suppressed potency. Panic attacks is suppressed awareness, right? Suppressed energy. And so what I realized is, for a long time, I had been holding in a whole bunch of awareness about the future I wanted to create. I, at the time, was a hairdresser. And I had this vision as a hairdresser when my son was in my belly, that I would be traveling the world and facilitating classes and changing the planet and doing energy work. And at the time, you guys, I was a hairdresser. I mean, I knew the tools of access. I was a bars facilitator. I privately and secretly did shamanic sessions, and sometimes included or always included the tools of access in the process. And then over time, I just kind of blended everything that I started to learn about bodies, and I started to work on bodies in a really different way. And so one of the things that came out of that anxiety attack, panic attack, sort of freak out is what that was facilitating me to be was to be all of me, to not shut down my potency, to not tiptoe over people, right? To not be all of me. And the truth is, all of me is kind, is vulnerable, is caring, is a jerk, is, yeah, cry beautiful, we have you, thank you. And I know that, my friends, we all have each other here. And that's what this is about, is to gather together to know that you're not alone. You don't have to be alone. And even if you're missing physical contact, like, how can you connect to the energy of the earth? And so right now, for all of you that are feeling the panic, the anxiety, the intensity, what is it facilitating you to be that you've been waiting for permission? So today, what if right now, in the comfort of your car or your living room, or maybe you're still working because your work hasn't been called off. I mean, thousands, if not millions, of restaurants and bars are being shut down in the US, which is pretty insane. And I came from a restaurant background. My son's dad has lived in the restaurant business since he was 5 years old. Luckily, he still has a job, and a lot of his coworkers have jobs, but most of the restaurants in his industry can't pay their workers. And so it is quite crazy what is happening right now. Yeah, the tools are changing my life, says Paula, and right now have been such a contribution as you have. Thank you. Thanks for being this vulnerable. It reminds me how to be permission and only be me. And this is what I want to give you guys permission. And I'm not giving you permission. I'm just giving you like the information so you can give yourself permission to, if this experience on the planet right now is inviting you to be all of you, is inviting you to step up, is inviting you to share the tools of access consciousness with the world, is inviting you to run more bars, is inviting you to run MTVSS, which is an incredible body process that's in the foundation. And Access has given all of the certified facilitators all over the planet permission to live stream and deliver a foundation online. So during this crazy time, I am going to facilitate a foundation starting April 1st. No, it ain't no joke, right? It's not an April Fool's joke. We're actually going to deliver an online foundation with these tools. Country pricing applies, repeat pricing applies. The only thing that's required is you have to have a bars class. And if you're someone that's like, Catherine, I want this information, but I've never been to a bars class, Gary and Dane are actually, the founders of Access Consciousness, are actually allowing you to take a bars class online if you've never taken one before. It's amazing. Like, these tools change lives. And I think most of you are here live because you've been using these tools to follow the lightness. And when things aren't light, when anxiety rises, when you feel people panicking about money, when you feel panicking about, one of my clients came in and goes, Catherine, I have rich person problems. And I was like, what's your problem? They're like, I just lost 65% of my net worth in one day. And I was like, well, I kind of like you having rich people problems. And I didn't mean like, oh, I'm so glad you lost your stocks. I'm like, at least, at least there is a way. And so we just had a good laugh. The reality is, my friends, we all are navigating our own stresses and our own things. But here's the deal. We come together so that we can have a different reality. We can have a different possibility. And so right now, today, in this moment, in your living room, in your car, at work, wherever the F you are, would you be willing to give yourself permission to be the difference you came here to be the potency, to be wacky, to not hold your tongue, to not feel like you have to tiptoe on people's realities, right? Now more than ever is the time to step into who you are. It really, oh my God, look at you guys. Look at you guys. I'm like not even looking at all of your amazing comments. Oh my God. And so it's interesting. Do you guys notice that my energy shifted just by being able to talk to you, not from, oh, poor pathetic me, poor victim me, look at how sad things are, more just like, this is how I'm showing up today, and what's the gift in that, and what was the message? And I knew when I felt this deep sadness before I went on live, instead of being all St. Patty's Day and drinking beer and having rolls of paper towel because I don't have toilet paper. I mean, I have a couple of rolls, but all the toilet paper's been out in my town. Like, I was like, I'm just going to show up as me. But when you show up as you, it's light, no matter what it is, no matter if you're dealing with intensity, if you're dealing with stress, if you're dealing with pain, you just don't have to go into the story or the victim of it, right? Yeah. So, yeah, so you're so welcome, Cecilia. Yeah. So my friends, right now, today, give yourself permission wherever and however you want to show up. Like, I was like, what if I just gave myself permission to open up my journal and say, today I'm having a shitty day, right? And is it shitty? Not anymore. I knew that coming on live will shift it. So my friends, how can you show up for you? Yeah. So Sonia says, I was doing fine despite the confinement in Paris and being separated from my partner who's stuck in Italy since beginning of March. But tonight my brother in London decided he will no longer have my dad over for dinner and he wants him to take care of himself when the confinement starts in London. My siblings are stuck in Paris. I can't believe he's doing that. So I'm really cranky and upset. Well, Sonia, give yourself permission to be cranky and upset instead of resisting being cranky and upset. Usually we resist sadness. Usually we resist pain. Usually we resist being pissed off or cranky or upset. My invitation is, what if you gave yourself permission to be it, and then in being it, it changes it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to have found you this afternoon. I love it. So give yourself permission. Marianne, when you need something, the universe makes it frickin' show up. That is right. I've been asking, what would it take to be in Katherine's foundation? Corey, yeah, baby. So without traveling. So if you want to come to foundation April 1st through the 4th in your living room online, we're going to frickin' create some massive change during this time of change. Repeat pricing. If you've taken a foundation in the last year, you get repeat pricing. No matter who you've taken it with, it's going to be amazing. Sweet Pea, Katherine, did you just say an online foundation class with me? Yes, April 1st through the 4th. Who wants to come play? My daughter's had to postpone her wedding. Holy crap, Paula. Maybe that's what your body was aware of long before it happened. Heather says permission to be me. Janet says yes. Marianne says you showing up for us is extremely calming and oh so necessary. Yeah, and this is the thing, my friends, is like, if I would have pretended to show up for you in St. Patty's gear and drinking a Corona, I wouldn't have been showing up for me, and I wouldn't have been showing up for you. I would have been pretending. And you guys know me, I'm not a very good pretender. Although it's an awesome Elvis song that you should probably listen to on repeat if you think you need to be anyone but you. Right? Cool. So Letty says, I used to have dreams that I could fly above the trees. Flying now, baby. How does it get any better than that? With beautiful people like you, Katherine, totally soaring. That's amazing. Foundation, yes, yes, yes. Well, you guys are all invited to join me on Foundation. It is posted, I believe. We posted it today on the Access site. It might not have gone through. It might have gone through. I don't know. It's been such a crazy, oh my God, it didn't go through. I'm going to do it right now. There we go, if it'll go through. But anyway, we are having a foundation online. It will probably be available for you guys to start registering for it tonight, maybe even as soon as as soon as I'm done with this Facebook Live. But what I wanted to do is invite each of you to consider, what is it you've been waiting? And this is about giving yourself permission. How many of you are waiting to be acknowledged for your gifts, waiting to be acknowledged for your potency, waiting to be acknowledged for your healing capacities? If you are feeling the weight of the world on some level, chances are you probably have some healing capacities. And I was saying, I think it was yesterday in some Facebook Live I did, either a private group that I do, or I do lots of them actually, or on my on this page. I was saying to people that that our job isn't to try to heal people. Our job is to turn on the body's natural ability to heal itself. And so when you're in the presence of someone who's doing no judgment of you, no judgment in general, then your body will begin to turn on its healing capacities. And so our job, my friends, is to be the light, to be the gift, to be the wacky, to be the joyful, to be the transparent, to be the vulnerable, to be whatever's showing up in the moment, but to be that invites everyone around you to a different possibility, but also invites everyone's body around you to turn up their healing capacities. Carol says foundation, yes please. Ola says, hey, I randomly woke up. Well, welcome to the party. What time is foundation? So it's going to be from 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, with a 2-hour break for lunches. And so we'll follow the energy. Maybe it's an hour break for lunches, but usually your body needs a longer break. We're going to play a Dane ESC. Heck, maybe we'll even do 2 Dane ESCs. And so I believe in London, that would be, you guys are 6 hours ahead right now. So it would be, let's see, 6 hours is 3:30 to, what, that 11:30 p.m. Is that right? I think that's right. So yeah, cool. Already feel the energy of foundation class April 1st, building and creating. Well, you guys are welcome to come join. Cool. So it's not on there yet. It will be. We're trying to post it, but how about this? As soon as we post it, we have a very cool graphic. We'll post it in the Facebook group. Just come back to this group. Please feel free to share this live with people. We're still going to do a group energy exercise to sort of help you with the anxiety and anything else you're feeling. And man, you guys are amazing. I'm just so grateful that you're all here. So Paula says 3:30 p.m. in the UK. Right. Ola says, what's right about this? Yeah, Paula, I'm so like how cool that your body knew that you weren't going to, your daughter wasn't going to get married. And I don't know if you know that, like, did you acknowledge that? Are you starting to perceive that that's actually what was happening? And so the biggest gift, my friends, if something isn't going your way, if you feel stressed, if you feel sad, if you feel depressed, if you feel like you have a ton of anxiety, what you want to ask is, what is this energy facilitating you to choose to be? More often than not, it's inviting us to step up and not wait to be given permission to be all of ourselves. So stop waiting for people to say, oh, I see your gifts, right? Oh, we see how magical you are. Oh, we see how awesome you are. Like, stop waiting for people to acknowledge you. And what if you were the one that was willing to look in the mirror, no judgment diet, baby, willing to look in the mirror and go, wow, right? Like, the no judgment diet is based on the tools of Access Consciousness. And, you know, check out accessconsciousness.com if you're seeing this for the first time, or hearing about Access for the first time, or hearing about bars for the first time, hearing about foundation. Foundation tools change lives, and never before, except for the Gary Douglas, who's the founder of Access, and Dr. Dane here, who's the co-founder of Access. Never before have they allowed or offered foundation to be facilitated online, but they are, because why? Because these tools are so valuable. These tools transform lives, and these tools are here to help you be the difference you came here to be, and they're here to wake up the planet. And so if we can't travel, we're gonna let the class come to you. Yeah, which is so cool. So if you'd like to join me, you're welcome. And tomorrow we've got a class on allowance. It's online as well. It's 4 calls once a week for 4 weeks. And my friends, this isn't about like, oh, I'm going to put up with the stupidity that's happening. This is, I need to start to be an allowance of that I may stand out in the world. I might need to start to be an allowance that I have a voice and I have something to say. I might need to start to be an allowance that I'm not mediocre and it's actually hurting my body to try and fit in. So that's what the allowance calls are going to be something totally different. And you're certainly welcome. I love you guys. What would it take for you to choose foundation? It's just a choice, Paula. Ooh, baby, you can't. It probably won't contribute to your sweet, amazing body. Yeah, baby, says Janet. I love it. So my friends, let's get down to business. So we will have all that information both on this website, No Judgment Diet, on the Facebook page. We'll also have it on katherinemcintosh.com when it gets posted. You can also go to accessconsciousness.com. We'll put a link to my profile when it's up and ready and you can register. Yeah. Only half price for those who only took it. So yeah, foundation is half price if you've taken it in the last 12 months. If you haven't taken it in the last 12 months, then it's full price, just like any other class, or most classes in Access. So my friends, let's lower our barriers, and we're going to sort of just, and I think some of you, I already feel different. So I'm wondering if you guys want to type in the comments just so I can get a gauge of where you're at and we can go from there, is those of you that showed up with anxiety or stress or panic or feeling really intense today, just listening to this for the last 30 minutes has the intensity. I'm in allowance of stirring the pot. I love it, Wendy. You are a pot stirrer. I love you for that. So has the energy in your bodies and the anxiety and the intensity, has it shifted for you? And so either hearts if it's shifted for you, or a big fat yes in the comments that it's shifted for you. Cool. Helen says yes. Awesome, Helen. That's so cool. I love that you're ease, joy, and glory, baby. We do need more ease, joy, and glory. So one of the tools that we're going to actually use is the Access Consciousness mantra. Okay, so we get some comments. There we go. Much better listening to you. Huge beneficial shift. Awesome. Very intense today and emotional. Yeah. So Letty says yes. Yeah. So awesome, 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 awesome. So what I want to invite you guys into is the Access Consciousness mantra, which is all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Yeah, and we're going to say it 10 times, and then we're going to do something to dissipate and release even more of anything that's left over in your system. And then we're going to open up the space so we can connect to the healing capacities of our bodies. And we can also connect to the healing capacities of the earth. And we can also just be the change that changes everything that's going on the planet right now. Not from force, not from anger, not from resistance, but just from being. Yeah, awesome. Wendy says I'm really light today and yesterday. Yep, it has. And my body wanted to do boot camp, so both a big contribution. Awesome, Lisa. I've been choosing awareness and calm and going deeper with you. That's awesome. Thank you for being you. Just dropping my barriers helped. You guys are amazing. So, you guys ready for all of life comes with ease, joy, and glory? I highly recommend saying it out loud. You can get information on All of Life Comes to You with Ease, Joy, and Glory, which is trademarked to Access. It's the Access Consciousness mantra. You can find out more information at accessconsciousness.com, but 10 times. Here we go, my friends. All of life comes with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes with ease, joy, and glory, and all of life comes with ease, joy, and glory. All right, my friends. So if it's light, And if you would like to, I'd like to invite you to close your eyes. I'd like you to invite you to just drop and lower and push any barriers you may still have up. Anywhere you're trying to protect yourself, the greatest form of protection on the planet, according to Mr. Gary Douglas, is awareness. Your awareness, and you following your intuition, and you knowing that you know, and you not giving up your awareness for anyone or anything. That's why, my friends, it is so important now more than ever to do what is light in your world. And if you're like, oh my God, but I don't know what's light because I feel everyone else's panic, this is what we're going to do together right now. We're going to lower barriers. Yeah, my friends, that's right. And if you'd like to share this and invite more people to join us, what change for consciousness can we be in the world? So we're going to push barriers down. We're going to expand out. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to follow the lightness, because anything that is heavy in your world right now, in this moment in time, it isn't yours. If it's heavy, it isn't yours. If it's heavy, it isn't yours. If you can't get rid of it, it's not yours, right? So like if you have been dealing with an anxiety attack your whole life, or panic attacks your whole life, or depression your whole life, and no matter what you do, you can't totally change or get rid of it, it's not yours. It never has been. And so it partly is a lie. And so what we want to do is just push barriers down. There we go. And I call it like expanded relax. So if any of you have ever had the experience of being in a pool, in a warm Watsu pool. So my favorite place and this memory is being in Hawaii under the palm trees in a warm Watsu pool. Now, a Watsu pool, the water in the Watsu pool, it's a small little pool that it's the exact same temperature as your body. So you actually are more buoyant and float more in a Watsu pool. So just imagine like being weightless. Yeah. And expand out. And expand out. And expand out. And expand out. I'm so excited for Online Foundation. Can I just say, there we go, my friends. Okay, so all the weight of the world, all of the anxiety, all of the future, like upset and trauma and drama that hasn't even yet happened, can we just ask to dissipate and release it out of the body? There we go. We want your feet and your whole body to connect to the vibration of the earth. Wow. And we're going to add in some really amazing energies. So some of you know the energies that Dr. Dane here has invited the planet to, which is the energies of ESC, the energies of ESB, so energetic synthesis of communion, energetic synthesis of being, and symphony of possibilities, all amazing energies that contribute to you waking up to all of you. And just notice, just ask. So when your barriers are lowered and you don't have to cognitively figure it out, your body can receive these energies. And then say hi to the earth and let the earth, the sweet earth is so happy right now, my friends. The gift of us being inside is that the earth gets to heal. The earth gets to exhale. The birds get to sing and go, oh my God, all the people went inside. We get to have our home back undisturbed. And so, my friends, what if we're actually creating a greater reality on the planet by being the difference, by not going into panic and freak out? And when panic and freak out comes up in your world, what would it be like to turn up your potency, to give yourself permission to have a freak out for 5 minutes and then choose something different? Connect to what you know. And so, my friends, as you perceive the energy of the earth, we're going to allow the body to turn on its natural capacity to heal itself. We're going to turn on the body's natural ability to create and receive money. Woo, yeah. We're going to turn on the body's natural capacity to metabolize and change anything that isn't in resonance with you in this moment in time. So there we go. Yeah, my friends, are you? Yeah. There we go. And just opening the door to a whole new possibility. There we go. My friends, if you are feeling any lighter, this is you. This is your natural state. It actually takes effort and energy to put up barriers to buy into the trauma and drama that's happening on the planet. What if all of this was designed as a gift to wake us up? Cool. Paula says, I have tears of joy right now. So my friends, what gift are you to the planet that you've never asked? Yes! Yes, Helen says, did the earth ask for us to go inside so it can heal itself? Yes. 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 Like, my friends, what gift is this? And so as you connect to the earth, here's my question for you is like, there is no logical reason I would have a total breakdown at 5 months pregnant and shake in bed for 3 days and find out that I was aware of the earthquake in Haiti and connected to my ex-lover and ex-boyfriend and his family and a lot of other people I knew in Haiti. There was no logical explanation, but the thing is, your body is a contribution to the earth when you're not judging you. Your body is a contribution to the earth when you wake up to all the gifts you have on the planet. Your body is a contribution, and you are a contribution to the earth when you are like, no matter what, I'm going to give myself permission to show up. So my friend, you're being invited to show up, but you don't need my permission. You just need to give yourself permission. Yeah. And expanding out. Wow. And so, my friends, what gift do you have for the earth that the earth is asking for right now? And so on 3, can we give every energy we have for the earth, every energy your body has for the earth, yeah, there we go. On 3, my friends, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. It never shows up the way you think it's going to. So don't force yourself. Don't over whatever. Just be. Because the reality is, my friends, you came here to shine come hell or high water, and we're just dealing with a little bit of hell or high water. But you don't have to swim in the high water or the hell with everyone else. You can just see that it's happening and ask, what difference are you being invited to be? And would you be willing to give yourself permission to show up? So if you want to join us tomorrow for allowance calls, KatherineMcIntosh.com/allowance. If you want to join us for an online foundation, April 1st through the 4th, we will have it up in the next hour. I'm actually going to do it right now. I've been trying to post it for the last 24 hours. So we will have it up for you. And my friends, please share this with anyone you think needs to hear this message. Anyone who you think needs a little bit of light and love in their world. And I love you guys. Yeah, it never shows up like you think you will. Who would have thought Kimmy would be speaking at Harvard and Boston, Columbia, and New York this year? Kimmy, that's fucking amazing. Celebrating you. Maybe I can come to New York and see you. Cool. Seriously, this has been such a contribution. I can't put into words what this means to me. Well, you're going to make me cry again, Paula. I can't put into words just the gift that knowing that all of you who show up, whether this is the first time that you've shown up and listened to something I've done, or you've been, part of the journey of the no judgment diet for a little time or a long time, It means the world to me, and each and every one of you is a contribution to me, to the No Judgment Diet, to access, and to who you be in the world. So please keep continuing to show up no matter what. Doesn't have to look perfect. In fact, thank freaking God it doesn't have to look perfect. Yeah, cool. Awesome. I love you, Lola. You're so welcome, you guys. So, my friends, until next time, may you be amazing. May you find joy wherever it is in the world. Stay connected to tools that make you feel light. And if you're not feeling light, find something to get you there. Don't go down the rabbit hole, because you don't have to do it alone. I love you guys. And by the way, the allowance call is translated in Portuguese, Spanish, and French. So come join the party. And please feel free to share this video. Thank you, Helen. You're so welcome. Amazing. And love you guys. Yeah, baby. Bye for now.